So geography and well-being are pretty closely linked. And health is an important part of that, of course, but that doesn't include important things like a person's housing situation, income, their participation in the community, or their enjoyment of, public parks and green spaces. So our question is, when residents report a high level of well-being, what does their community physically look like? So when we know that, we can make recommendations to community and government leaders about the kind of development they should prioritize to improve residents' well-being. So we started with a Yale study that has 12 county characteristics that align with counties that have happy populations. And separately, there was an Australian researcher who came up with a quality of life survey. So we kind of put those two together. And so for Montgomery, Baltimore, and Wicomico counties here in Maryland, we collected those 12 characteristics. Things like how many people use public transportation to commute to work, how many people don't have a high school diploma, how many unplanned hospital stays there were. So we collected that for the 3 counties. Based on our GIS work, we looked at what county had the most things that align with happiness, and it was Montgomery, and then Baltimore, Wicomico County. And so the goal, what I'm hoping to do, is to evaluate what does Montgomery County have with its happier people that Wicomico County maybe has less of.
The fact that he was able to find the tools that we haven't used in the Department of Geography, like the community analyst, the community business. So it excites me to keep giving him more freedom to go. So that was like a very good interaction, I would say. And so, I think it's a great achievement for an undergrad working a summer project, because he was also able to collect good papers that could give him the proxy to find the variables that he needed.
So we've got some results. We're definitely still digging into them. What we see is that when people feel more involved in their communities, when they've got groups like, the Lions Club to participate in, they tend to have a higher sense of well-being. When they have more bars, there's a greater sense of well-being, but it doesn't look like that's related maybe to drinking as much as it's related to being able to go out and be social. And parks is another great one. When people have access to parks and recreation, they tend to report that they're happier.
People should learn where they want to live, if they want to be X amount of happiness when they decide to retire or even before, like where they are going to work or spend their life or raise their families. I think this is a very interesting point of this research.
If we can say, we have evidence that A plus B equals C, and C is your well-being, I think that is just a real service that we can provide to people, even right here in Wicomico County, the people that SU students and employees interact with on a daily basis. And I hope to, continue this and see what we can achieve in people's real lives.